Afternoon, Julian.
Hello, how are you?
Not too good. Who's in today?
Sorry?
Who's in the police station today?
I have the initiative team.
Is Inspector Harborough in?
He's on night shift tonight and then an annual leave.
Right, okay, because I've got Inspector Richie coming in, so is Sergeant Derek Mcdonald in?
I'll see if he's in. He was in and he went to a meeting. I don't know if he's back.
Right, well, I'm wanting to know why your police officer stopped me going into the community council meeting the other night. I've took it, I'll be kind of black today.
Right, let me see if he's in. Hold on.
Thank you. I'm in Tranent police station, as you can see. That'll be the CCTV up there. Got my daughter sitting outside in a vehicle. Local priorities and social behaviour. The reason that I know the words is because we've actually been through this.
Jack, how you doing?
Alright, Derek.
Good.
Nah, not really, because I've got my daughter. I'm actually just
Alright,
at the
okay.
Royal Ed. We're having a meeting, right?
nice to see you here.
Who do you report hate crime to?
No, it's okay. It's just
I've brought this up, obviously, with Kenny Black today.
okay. What kind of hate crime?
Your police against my family.
Right. Okay. In what way is it a hate crime?
Because you've been doing nothing about the antisocial behaviour outside my house. Your officers have been shouting at me, obviously, in my own house, which I've reported to Police Scotland 101.
Right. And that's all been dealt with, though?
Excuse me? No, it's not been dealt with.
Okay.
Right. I've reported hate crime today to the antisocial behaviour unit against your police officers, and I've been told that I need to report it to a police station, and it's a serious offence. So what I'm saying
Well,
to you,
hate crime
Derek,
is, yeah, but I don't see
you don't see what?
how it's hate crime.
Because your
And
officers
it's
are
nothing new that's not been
Excuse
reported
me.
yet.
You seen the antisocial behaviour evidence against the subcontractors. You didn't take action against that, obviously, the subcontractors.
And that's being dealt with, though.
And what I'm actually saying to you is 2 hate crimes, one against your police and one against John Grant Ritchie and his brother, to do with 5 years of harassment and antisocial behaviour, right, to do with obviously the dangerous driving, to do with antisocial behaviour driving, because I've got letters back for you, obviously professional standards, stating about my complaints, right, and my complaints under sections 127, well 126 and 127 and Act 3, the Road Traffic Act, well they're stating that because of my past complaints to your police, right, that there's no proof of that. Well, I find that quite hard to believe, Derek, because I've got all the proof.
Yeah, but every one of these instances you've reported to the police.
Yes,
and
well,
officers have been down and dealt with
that
them
would be yourself.
Yeah, I've been to 2 or 3 times or whatever.
Yes. So what
But they've all been dealt with. Albeit
not-
they're not dealt with to your satisfaction, Jack. They've all been dealt with.
Excuse
And that's
me.
all part of the ongoing complaint, I
The
believe.
Lord Advocate states quite clearly in the paper when obviously the people that got killed today with the bin lorry tragedy, when they wanted to take out a private prosecution, the Lord Advocate states that there was no crime, but there was crime outside my house, the antisocial behaviour. You viewed that. You viewed that in the meeting in the MSP's office with Inspector Harborough. Right, Ken, I brought up with Kenny Black on several occasions over the last few weeks. Right, so what I want to know is that was my daughter's 16th birthday. Right,
What I can say to you, Jack.
So you've never took action. You've looked at it in my house several times.
Yeah.
I asked you and Garrett Hughes to actually take over that, to take that away for Adam Dean, which you told me that you wouldn't do that.
What?
You have told me
You're gonna
obviously
let-
about the
you're gonna let me
T-JUNCTION.
speak?
Yes.
Right. Each incident I've been at your house, and I've viewed CCTV, I've given you my professional judgment on. Some have been crimes, some haven't been. Where there's evidence of crimes, the guys on the phones, etc., they've been charged with them and there's been reports put in.
But
The other ones, I've viewed it and said, there is no road traffic crime
Excuse
there.
me.
There's no crime there.
You viewed John Grant Ritchie's brother driving past my house, right, texting on his mobile phone.
Right.
You and Garrett
I
Hughes.
can't remember specific
And
ones because I've seen dozens
and
of
the
them.
next again day, it was the same chap, right? So that was the 23rd of September. The 24th of September, obviously, I've got to come into this police station, and it was actually Gillian and another lady, because your police weren't coming near me to actually deal with antisocial behaviour.
But this isn't new ground. I've
Yeah,
been
but-
over this already, Jack.
Yes, but the whole point is, you've never charged them. You viewed that. So what you
Other officers were dealing with that, and I said
Excuse
to you,
me.
other officers were
What
dealing with it.
what yous are actually doing is see the stuff that you're actually quoting in the papers to do with how a top priority is to do with antisocial behaviour. Why have I had to get the council to take action? Because you're in a joint, the police and the council are in joint partnership, right, policy to do with obviously 2014 to 2017, and yous have done nothing. So John Grant Ritchie's come into my property, which you've viewed yet again, 2012, shouting and swearing. Garrett obviously gave me a prosecution number. I complained to your police in 2013 to do with me and Robin, to do with John Grant Ritchie. Your police come down to my house on 2014 when me and my daughter are trying to take my grandson across and put him in a car across the road. All right, Inspector. No, I'm just reporting hate crime about your police officers to do with
You're not my
shouting.
police officer, sir.
Pardon, you're part of Police Scotland, are you not, officer?
For a very short time.
Yes.
not much longer.
Right, so what I'm actually stating is that was 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
And your police never done anything about it last year when they came into the house. Now, Kate was in my house, Derek, and they were told quite clearly, being recorded, that the council were taking antisocial behaviour action, and they just never reported it. I've got a letter for Kenneth, and I had to go down and meet Kenneth after getting that letter, and it states that you're doing nothing about the road traffic offences that are complained about, and you're doing that, and you've never reported obviously antisocial behaviour. But that police officer was shouting at me in my own house. Right,
And that's being investigated. You complained, I believe.
Yes,
and I believe it's
that's
being investigated,
that's
along
correct.
With the
But the whole
complaints
point
against everybody else,
is,
including myself. So
you know
that's
that
been looked at.
you know, excuse me, hate crime covers to do with people with disabilities. So that would be myself and my daughter with mental health issues. So why is Inspector Harbour stated, obviously, to do with this guy? It's just got 2 years ASBO about a top priority and the effects that it's got on people's lives. Well, that would be my family. That would be my sick daughter that you've ignored. It's been in the Royal Edge with psychosis. Because my daughter's got to be put out of the house when your police come in, Derek. That's what my mental health Erin's mental health psychologist told us, that my daughter's not to be in the house when your police officers are around. Why would that be? Because yous are shouting, yous are telling lies, right? Yous are perverting the courses of justice. You actually raised your voice the last time you were in dealing with that guy with the mobile phone, right, telling me that you weren't interested about what I was complaining about.
That's not true. I've never.
I've got you on record. I've got you on record.
I would
Derek.
never say I wasn't interested.
I've got you on record, and Kate McAlpine was there.
That's just not true. We had a very civilised.
Excuse me. I've got you on record. I've got you on record stating quite clearly that you're not interested in what I'm complaining about when you were up with that police officer dealing with that guy with the mobile phone.
I gave you my opinion on it. I never said I wasn't.
You told me obviously about the T-junction. You weren't interested in it. Kind of, it's not a T-junction. Well, it is a T-junction.
I gave you advice on that.
Well, I've got you recorded stating quite clearly.
No time did I say I wasn't.
Well, Derek, we'll need to take this up with Inspector
Every time I've spoken to
Ritchie.
you, I've had a full and frank discussion with you, Jack,
Right,
and I've
so-
told you what I think is the truth,
Right.
and you've told me your version, and I've always listened to you.
Right, so see when we were in the meeting with Ian Gray
Yeah.
and yourself and Inspector Harbour and Kenneth Black, right? I played that antisocial behaviour on the phone on my video, on the table at that meeting on my daughter's 16th birthday, and I played it on the camcorder, and it had a screen on it. I played it in this police station on the 24th of September, but I played it in that meeting.
Right.
Inspector Harbour rattled off a list of my complaints. But the funniest one was that he started laughing at was about the complaint when he went for me in the station and turned round and went, ha ha, but I can't investigate myself. Well, I didn't find that funny, Derek. I didn't, Ken, you're telling me that CCTV doesn't pick up me standing there and your inspector flying into my face. I've got Garrett Hughes.
That's being investigated.
Well, I've got Garrett.
Michelle not dealing with that?
No, well, she's not coming forward to get that information that I offered her. She declined it.
I mean, she's been allocated this.
Yes, Derek, I've got Garrett telling me that if he took that complaint, he would have been shifted for here. Right? I didn't want to put him in that position, but I shouldn't have been put in a position where he flew into my face, Derek. Right? All I was doing was obviously try to get used to deal with the crimes outside my house. I had a disabled child sitting outside in the car. My daughter had vomited up her medication all day. I was meant to be picking up Chloe Downey before I went and picked Layla up at Ross High that day, but Chloe was still in her jammers. Her mum was there. So if I'd picked Chloe up as well, I would have had two disabled kids sitting outside there in a car, which I let Garrett obviously know that I had Layla and that sitting in the car. So I didn't expect your inspector to fly into my face there.
I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I don't know what happened.
I've got a recording
I can't comment on that.
So what am I going to do about the two reports of hate crimes? Right, John Grant Ritchie, 5 years in a trot. It's a hate crime against my family. I told yous that if yous didn't take action, that it'd carry on, and it did. And your police never reported
every
it in
incident
2016.
that's happened. You've reported, and it's been looked at.
But you're stating in the papers.
So you're not reporting anything
Yeah,
new
but-
to me.
But that's 5 years in a trot, and you
Yeah.
never took any action
And
against
that is
them.
part of your complaint against the
Yes,
police,
it is.
which has also been dealt with.
But why did it continue again last year? Because you never took any action against them. That was the same subcontractor. See the buffer waste driver that was charged,
Uh-huh.
right? Then obviously you had the guy videoing me with Arctic, with the hay bales.
Yeah.
Right, see that police officer that was shouting at me? He tried to make excuses.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
I don't know
he's
who
videoing
was
you,
shouting at
obviously, Ken, to like try and protect yourself. I find that a bit strange because I'm speaking to my partner, looking the opposite way on the phone, and I've just came out of the doctor's. And this guy driving a 50-ton vehicle, but he was charged. But the ones that you didn't charge all belong to the same subcontractor, Derek.
All I can say is the ones I've been directly involved with, where there was evidence the guys were charged. It was the boy with the trailer, the Red Path trailer or whatever, he was charged. There was the other one that Garrett had, he was charged.
Ken, but you,
Each one
yeah,
that I
but the
come
whole,
to,
the whole
we
point
deal with
is,
as an individual
Yes.
incident, and we deal with it if there's evidence.
so does it not see when people pervert the courses of justice and there's different police officers that have viewed that evidence, that would be called a conspiracy, would it not, to cover that evidence
So
up?
you can't, if you report it to one police officer and he takes a report, you can't then report to another one and then a third one and a fourth one and a fifth one.
Excuse
because
me,
you don't like the action that's
I
happened, you know?
reported these matters to Garrett.
Yeah, but there was other cops before Garrett.
No, there wasn't. The only
Well, I thought-
the only
you're not
time
talking about the one that Adam-
time that Adam Dean
Ah,
came in,
right.
right, was obviously that morning on the 24th of September. Right, I'd spoken to 101 on the 22nd of September, the 23rd on two separate occasions. We obviously,
Yeah.
well, I end up finding out that it's John Grant Ritchie's brother. See the guy that was texting on his mobile phone. See the guy that was shouting and swearing at me, and obviously the abuse. That was John Grant Ritchie's brother. Right? See the guy that was hammering on and off the farm past my house on the 7th of September. That's John Grant Ritchie's brother, Willie Ritchie.
Right.
See when I complained to you that they just about smash into a van, I tell you that I've got that guy on video stating that guy came for effing nowhere and he just about went through my hedge. Right, and I stated to you and Garrett obviously about that. So that comes under antisocial behaviour, but you know who just about smashed into the van? That was John Grant Ritchie. So between you and Garrett, Sergeant Fleetwood,
Uh-huh.
who was the other sergeant that I put the complaint in about? It was
Simpson.
Gordon's, was it Gordon's? Right, him. They viewed that as well. See the guy that was shouting and swearing at me, they had to get the council to take action out. I had 6 witnesses waiting on Inspector Harbour coming down that day. Right? And
This is
you know, Ken, but the whole point is, I shouldn't have 6 witnesses waiting on the police coming down. Some Arctic driver giving me the finger and shouting and swearing at me, and I've got to take action after your police officers view it. You've done nothing. Can that go? The sergeant
this
went
is all
to
been
actually.
reported already, Jack.
Yeah, but the whole
There's
point
nothing new
is.
here that you're telling me.
So why did it continue last
And
year?
I've explained, I've seen you about 4 or 5
Right.
times now, and I've tried to explain to
See,
you.
right, how can I find out about the guy that I complained to about shouting and swearing at me and coming into my garden on the 1st of March? I made a complaint
Have
and
you-
my friend made
Have you reported it to the police? Yeah.
yes, and my
Right.
friend made a statement on June, because I took him down to
Right. Well, Michelle
Haddington Police
Ritchie
Station.
is your point of contact now. Michelle is the one who's dealing with all the complaints about the police and stuff, so Michelle's your best bet.
So am I reporting my hate crimes to her then?
Well, you can try, but you're not reporting anything new. You're reporting
Well,
incidents that have already been reported.
See the incidents. Well, your police have been avoiding everything. I'm getting letters back to professional standards.
Aye.
I've had a letter back for professional standards, pretending to be the commissioners that investigate the police, clearing you, Derek, and clearing other officers outside my house. But it's no fair. The commissioners
Well,
that
it's fair to me,
investigate the
I've
police.
never
It's fair
heard of it.
superintendent. Right, so I'm in here to obviously report hate crime, and
Yeah.
the other one is, why did you stop me going into a public building to
Right,
the
I
community centre?
I believe the officers who were there spoke at length to you, Jack, and explained everything. But
What did they explain?
I'll give you a brief, what I know, but I'll give you a brief.
Derek, hang on, because Erin's in the car now,
Right, no
just
problem.
out the Royal Edgware, so... Right. Aye, no, she was in seeing a psychiatrist today,
Right.
because she was in for 10 weeks.
You doing all
Right,
right?
sorry. No, she's not doing all right, Derek. Due to my daughter can't understand why she's got to get put out of the house when the police come round. See the other night,
that's
see
why
the
we
other
go around in
night.
plain clothes and stuff.
Right, Jordan, your police have arrived at my house in force, right? Jordan was actually coming down the other night with my grandson, who's Maureen Cutham's,
Yeah.
obviously.
I'm
my,
worried now.
right, well, surely Maureen would actually be wanting to support my family then, Derek, eh? See,
Well, I don't know, that's between you and Maureen.
Bill Ware's obviously told us complete lies, right? He told us obviously when we were there in June that obviously he'd emailed yourselves, the police, because you were at the meeting.
He was going
You were at the meeting the 2nd of November,
Aye.
right?
Yeah.
Well, he never wrote to Inspector Harborough because he's told me that he's told me that he made phone calls
Right, okay.
and an email that I've got for him, right? But you were there when Maureen Cuthell turned round when I brought up about my children and other children on the 2nd of November, and she stated quite clearly, sitting next to me, which I was disgusted, is that if something was to happen to one of the other kids at the cottages, it's got nothing to do with me. Well, I'm afraid that I can't see any child getting hurt with a 44-ton vehicle, Derek. So you were there that
Well,
night.
that's between
So
you
was,
and the community council.
but you were there, and it's got to do with you.
From what I know of this one, I was at the meeting that you were at the first one, and there was no big
The
issues.
2nd of November, yeah. Well,
There was
there
no
was
issues
right.
with that
So
one.
there was Jim Gillis. When I went and seen Jim Gillis
Yeah.
away back in October 2015, that was a videoed meeting with me, and he told me that I had a big problem with the police, but I shouldn't have a problem with the police. That would be one, your inspector flying in my face in the station.
Again, what Jim has
Yous
told you is
obviously,
nothing
yes,
to do
but
with me.
yeah, but the whole point is when I told him that he said that, and you were at that meeting, he denied saying that. He turned round and says, "I never said that at all." Well, I did, because I've got him on video stating that.
But, that's
So see
that's
under
between Jim Gillis and yourself.
the
that's
Scot,
not
hang on just a
me.
second. See under the Scottish complaints laws to do with your police officers,
Yeah.
I can go and see a lawyer, I can go and see an MSP,
Yeah.
and I can go and see my local councillors.
Aye.
So Jim Gillis is the councillor for
Yeah.
my area, isn't he?
Yeah.
So why has he not dealt with any of my complaints?
I don't know. Need to ask Jim.
Why
Jim
has
Gillis
any of
that.
them not dealt with my complaints? So see the
I don't know,
day.
but I'll tell you about the
Yes.
community council.
Okay.
I say what I know of it. You were at the meeting that I was at, and then I believe you've been at 2 further meetings since then.
Yes. The second.
Now, what I've been told is that both meetings couldn't continue because you went on, and they
I
tried.
went on and on.
This is what I've heard, and they couldn't get any other business done, so they've had to abandon 2 meetings. Okay. For this last meeting, they've then written to you and told you that you weren't welcome to come to another one.
I can go to any.
But
Excuse
this
me.
is what I've been told.
Right,
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not
Go on,
saying that I've said this. This is what I've been
So is
told.
there 2 sides to every story, Derek?
Yeah, but let me finish my bit.
Okay.
So what they asked was that this would be a private meeting, and they would only admit people that they were happy to admit, and they basically said that we would not be admitting you because you've disrupted 2 previous meetings.
Excuse me. I
So
just
we were
wanted
asked to send the police, and that if you appeared, you weren't to be allowed access.
Why? It's a public building. And
It's-
it's not. Excuse me. It's not a private meeting because you know why?
If they
'cause
say it's a
com-
private meeting, it's a private meeting.
community council meeting.
Yeah.
So
However,
what-
at any time during that
Right,
meeting, they
so-
can say it's no longer a public meeting. This is now a private meeting.
Right, okay, so what you're going to do next month then when I appear with all my supporters, because I'm bringing disabled supporters down and I'm going to phone the papers up.
Well, what I would suggest is that you contact them first and tell them that this is what you want to do and you
I
want to
already
speak.
told them that I was coming
Right.
down with my
If
supporters.
they turn around again and say it's not a public meeting and that you're not welcome to get in, then we can't.
Derek, you know, I don't know if you, I don't know if,
See,
see the first meeting I was at that you're talking
Aye.
about, Kate McAlpine was there. And what I done was I brought up, I took Erin's best friend, Chloe. Have you met Chloe? She's partially
I
sighted.
don't think so. I've heard of
She's
that.
learning
Right,
difficulties. Garrett and obviously all your other police officers
Right,
have met
yeah, I
her.
think I
Well, I took her and Callum, her fiance, he's got learning difficulties as well. But
Right,
when
okay.
Chloe tried to get up and speak, Bill Laird started shouting across me at the table. And I told him to lower his voice because he was upsetting Chloe, because Chloe got up and spoke and turned round because she's got a speech impediment and went, you're trying to take the mickey out of us. Right, and he obviously decided to keep on shouting at me and pointing at me, and I asked him to lower his tony voice, and he continued, and Chloe ended up bursting out crying. Kate and some of the community councillor staff, I've got on video because my daughter, she's an audio learner. My daughter videoed that, Derek. Right, so see, for one thing is It's a public meeting. It's a public
It is,
place.
but you
There's
can't
no.
go and disrupt it.
How's that disrupt? Excuse
Because
me.
you've been at 3 meetings that they've not been able to continue with 2 of them. So they can't get their business done.
Excuse
And
me.
they've
The
written
reason
to you and
that
said
the meeting got cancelled because Maureen obviously burst out crying and left the building was.
People have been upset by
Hey, no, it wasn't. It was today that she wasn't getting to see my grandson
Well, that's-
and her obviously granddaughter or great granddaughter.
The community
Right,
councillors
Freya.
need to be able to do their business, their lawful business, and discuss matters.
So,
And they can't
so
if
what
you
am I
go-
going to do about my complaint about your police blocking me to obviously come into a public building? Because there's 2 sides to every story in that video. There. So see when I'm
And I've explained to you why.
Right. So
And the
see.
officer at the time
Right.
explained to you
So
why.
did they tell you? See the second meeting. See when I was asking the councillors if it was against the law. Right. The 2 councillors that were there for the Labour Party. I wanted to make my complaints against your police, and just like I've explained about the policing laws today with yourself, they've got to deal with my complaint, and they were at that
Who do?
community
Sorry,
meeting.
the local
The,
councillors.
the councillors, the
right.
councillors, Councillor Donald Grant
Yeah,
and the lady Faye Pencaitland. And I asked her if it was against the law. She wouldn't answer me about obviously antisocial behaviour, and she wouldn't answer me about to do with the mobile phones and obviously texting on mobile phones. And what had happened was Elliot Dixon, I believe his brother's a police officer. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Right, well, he decided to turn around and tell me on video that he wasn't bothered what I was talking about when I was speaking about my disabled daughter and her disabled friends, and obviously the young children for the cottages. He says on video, I'm not bothered what you're talking about. I'm going to talk about HUGHES, I'm going to talk about HUGHES, I'm going to talk about HUGHES. And he says that about 20 times, so I tell him that he's been extremely rude.
Yeah.
Right, now I
This
found
is
out...
part of the.
Yes,
part
well
of the
that's
issue,
why...
Jack, yeah. They're not comfortable with you filming them and demanding answers on film as well.
So what? Well, they knew they were getting filmed.
I know, but they're not comfortable
Well,
with
what do you
that.
mean you know?
Because then,
Well, why? So that I've got the proof
because
that I'm
then
not
why
lying.
that you put things on YouTube or you accuse them or you
But I've,
twist what they've
yeah,
said or whatever.
I didn't need to twist anything, Derek. I've got all my evidence, just like you say.
but that's another.
There's
Another
no
reason that you're
law.
antagonising them by being
It's
there.
not antagonising.
Well, they see it that
Excuse
you are.
me, I'm down there to get help, and they've not given us the proper support that we need against your police officers.
But you're going back and back and back, and then they can't.
Excuse me,
they can't
no,
hold them-
no.
They can't deal with any other business.
The
when you
reason that I went back at the last meeting was because Maureen Cuthell spoke to Kate McAlpine. Now, Kate, I'll tell you, Derek, and the sun shone at my bum. As far as Maureen was concerned about the amount of stuff that I've done for the community.
Yeah,
right?
I know that.
And
yeah.
what she stated was that she was still waiting on these emails, so-called emails from Bill Laird, and she was going to chase them up because she hadn't received them, and that was the reason that I'd went back, because I'd
Right,
asked for copies of these, Derek, and I state quite clearly in my recordings, so this is why I record things,
Yeah.
so that there's no lies.
But going ahead from here, the next meeting, if they say that you're not welcome, and I presume they will because they've written to you, and they phone us, then we can't let you in again.
So what's going to happen about all the disabled followers that are going to come with me? Are you going to let them in?
I don't know. They might get in. It depends if the
So,
community council
I'll let them
if
take
the
up the
community
case.
council want to let people in, then they can. But at the
But
same
they
point,
can't stop anybody, it's a public meeting, Derek.
but they can stop you, Jack, because they've written to you and they warned you you're disrupting the meeting.
See, I'm disrupting the meetings. No,
So,
no, I'm going down for their community service,
At
for
any
them
stage-
to give us full support about what's happening outside their house, and they're not doing it, so they shouldn't be
It's
on
up to
that
them.
committee.
At any stage, they can say, right, this is no longer a public meeting. This is
Yes.
a private meeting, and the
They
public
never
would have
turned
to
around
leave.
and stated it
Public
was
would
a
have to
private
leave.
meeting.
Well, they did at the beginning of the night.
When?
That's why the door was locked and nobody else was
Last
getting in.
night?
Yeah.
Well, you better tell them,
So that-
because see if I didn't get access next month, I'll be back the next again month, and I'll keep on going back until they give
And
me
we'll
the
have to go
support.
back, and it'll all happen again. So
Well, you better
No,
be.
we're
You,
not solving anything.
you better bring plenty of vans to it, because I guarantee you there's going to be 200 folk at that next meeting.
right, okay, Jack.
Right. So what you're giving me is you're giving me the wrong answers.
I'm telling you the truth, but I know.
Kenny
If
Black's
it's not
telling
wrong
me
answers.
that it's a council building and it's a public meeting,
Yeah.
and I'm
It's a
part of
community
that.
centre
I'm part of
they've
that
booked out
community.
for that night, yeah.
Right.
And
And
they've written to you and told you you're not welcome.
so you tell them to get their issues sorted out then,
So
and give us the support that
People
we
go along
need.
and disrupt the meeting.
See my
Can't
sick
allow
daughter
that.
that's out in that van,
Uh-huh.
right? they should be giving my daughter the support that she needs, and they're not. So that's why I'll keep on going back. See, Erin's
Going back,
disabled friends.
You're not getting.
Well, that's
So-
the way it'll be. Well, let the press take that up. See all my friends. I'll make sure that they bring all their cameras, and you'll be on YouTube that night. No problem, Derek. Thank you.